Our next Jefferson Award recipient is a Marine Corps veteran who has fought a decade's worth of physical, mental, and emotional battles. But today, Jason Gibson says he has found his true passion in life, helping to pull other brothers and sisters in arms up and out of their own trenches. Here now is Jennifer Lukey with Jason's journey.
Jason Gibson enlisted in the Marine Corps straight out of high school, which was just a few years after 9/11.
So the first 4 years I was in Camp Lejeune. I deployed twice to Iraq in those 4 years.
During his 8 years of service to our country, Jason went through a lot physically, mentally, and emotionally. At times, it became overwhelming. So much so, he considered taking his own life.
There was one point where I was like, that tonight's the night, and I was like, I'll wait till tomorrow. And the next morning I woke up and I was like, this isn't okay. The way this feels is not okay.
That was the beginning of a decades-long mental health journey with many highs and lows.
Stuff started to get heavy again. And I knew, based off my experiences from before, I knew that okay, you have to go get help now before this gets out of control.
So he signed up to take part in Tribe Ecotherapy, an outdoor clinical treatment program designed specifically for veterans to manage the effects of stress, anxiety, depression, and trauma.
Your whole sensory system is kind of engaged in that environment.
Jason was one of the first to complete the program here in Monroe County and didn't want to just walk away when it was over. So he became a peer mentor.
I am not a veteran. I never had military service. I'm a clinician. And there's a level of connection that Jason has with these folks that I just will never have.
Take, for example, the impact Jason has had on Navy veteran Thomas Borden.
He sees people struggling. He's not afraid to go in where it's a little dark sometimes. And again, we all need people to kind of grab us by the ears and drag us out of the rabbit hole when we go down there. And Jason's been a big part of that for me.
The same is true for fellow Marine Alan Bartlow.
He's always willing to get in the ditch with you and fight, and so that makes a huge impact to veterans that sometimes have been stuck in this hole for decades. Jason's like, it's all right, I'm going to get in there and dig with you because I've been here before.
And Jason's not just there during the ecotherapy. He continues to meet with the veterans he's helped every week, just in case they run into a low on their journey.
The obstacle, I think, is pride. The biggest obstacle is pride. Most people don't want to show that they have anything going on in their life that's not right. They don't want to expose themselves. That was one of the things that I had to get over.
Something Jason helped him do because Jason's been there too.
I feel like it's my purpose. This is why I'm put on this earth, is to do exactly what I'm doing. And I couldn't be able to do that unless all that stuff happened.
But this is not where Jason Gibson's dedication to our community ends.
That a boy.
He's also a coach for children with special needs at Miracle Field in Webster. Children like Julian Munoz.
And he spoke to the president of the league and was able to get Julian on the team. I mean, we were shedding tears because we never thought that Julian would be able to play, on a regular team.
It's brought so much joy to Julian, who thinks Jason is pretty special.
Fun, funny, hard worker, determined, helping others.
Well, every part of your life touches other people.
Yeah. It's hard. I don't think about it that way.
But the countless veterans and children who he has helped do.
When coming to the United States, many refugees or new Americans often face language and cultural barriers, especially when it comes to finding jobs, housing, or accessing medical services. But for deaf refugees, those barriers can multiply. Tonight, Brianna Collier sits down with our next ESL Jefferson Award winner, an advocate for deaf refugees who was born deaf herself.
She's a natural-born leader, and everything she undertakes, she puts her heart into.
She is Diana Prince. Diana was born deaf in Chicago. She moved to the Bronx when she was 1, later studying at the National Technical Institute for the Deaf in Rochester. As a deaf person, Diana said she felt opportunities were limited, which is why she became an advocate for deaf refugees, helping found the Deaf Refugee Advocacy Organization, also known as DRA.
Deaf people in general One of the major, frustrations is language, is actually communication access is a better way to say it. And that's something that we experience in our everyday life. We show up at a business and try to communicate with someone. We try and get human services needs met, medical needs, access to medical care. That's what we experience every day ourselves. That's the first thing. And the challenge with that is that most institutions, businesses, government institutions, medical institutions, they're not really very proactive when it comes to developing language access and a language plan.
DRA helps people who were born in another country resettle in Rochester, like immigrants and asylum seekers. With nearly 300 different forms of sign language, teaching refugees American Sign Language is one of the biggest things they focus on.
Prior to DRA being established, that whole community did not have full access to a multiple of resources within the Rochester community. So we set up DRA to be able to help provide education, to help provide wraparound services and support to the individuals that are here. We provide SORT, for example, helping them become a citizen. Some basic economic needs. We make sure that they feel comfortable navigating the systems that are here in our country and trying to figure out how to get through.
As a wife and mother of 4 boys, Diana lived in Israel for a year, teaching and working with the deaf community. She also co-founded the National Deaf Refugee Providers Coalition, not to mention serving on several local committees and task forces, such as Rochester Committee on Refugee Resettlement and the New American Advisory Council, among others. Her sister Susan, who nominated Diana for a Jefferson Award, says Diana has put in over 7,000 hours of community service hours, and the Deaf Refugee Advocacy Organization has raised more than $2 million.
She's put in 6 years of hard work, tireless work, seeing that this organization, DRA, succeeds. And I just thought, wow, she's a personification of this award and what it means.
Diana says though she appreciates the recognition, she says her goal is to keep deaf refugee needs at the forefront.
Really, it is a blessing that Rochester has the largest number of deaf individuals per capita in the United States. And the reason it's a benefit to us is because that large group and population of individuals are willing to help and come and volunteer with us. I hope this story really raises awareness that deaf refugees advocacy is here, that we are a resource that they can reach out to and use.